your host, Isma Garcia, on IAEM USA's Region 9 Region Talk podcast. And today we are going to continue our segment of Round the Regions. And this time we've got Region 7. Region 7 for the month of July, month 7. I see what we did there. This is Region Talk, and we are the Region 9's podcast for information sharing, for conversation starting. We basically want to provide this platform to highlight segments that are happening in IAEM USA Region 9 and IAEM USA as the collective. So before we do that, I do want to make sure that we provide a quick update for Region 9 and then IAEM USA as customary on our podcast. So for Region 9, if you are interested in podcasting, in hosting, and figuring what the behind the scenes really looks like on developing a podcast, or if you have any interest in networking and getting to converse with conversation starters or bigger individuals like the presidents of the regions as the region around the region segment, right? If you have interest in podcasting in any shape, form, go ahead and let us know. We are looking for other hosts within our region. We are looking for topics. We're looking for those who actually want to get in, network, and make sure that we are providing information and resources out to Region 9. So if you're interested, let us know. Alrighty, so we had our Region 9 call for candidates, and now we'll be having our election. So look out for an email coming up in August. We're going to have our voting period from August 1st to August 31st, where you can select or elect the next Region 9 president. For IAEM USA, there are so many things going on. And most importantly, we've got the conference in Region 9. I'm a little too excited for that one. But Region 9 is going to be the host region for the IAEM USA annual conference. And the registration is now open. You can go ahead and go in, get your courses, your pre-training, your post-training, or your post-conference training, your pre-conference training, and then you can start looking at who's going to be there. Start the conversation on LinkedIn or on IAM Connect of who's going to the annual conference, because I will, and you will, hopefully, right? Alrighty, so that's the annual conference. At the annual conference, they do promote the awards and the award recipients. That deadline to nominate IAEM USA awards has been extended to August 15th. So if you've got a rock star that you want to give the kudos to, go ahead and nominate them. You still got some time. Alrighty, what else do we got here? Let's look at this real quick. Call for certification commissioners. That is July 28th, so tomorrow Eastern time. Get your nominations in because that's the call for certification commissioners. And then IAM July Bulletin just went out. In there, you've got topics such as adapting to telework era, because everyone wants to do remote or not, right? So read about that article. Also, AI and EM, hot topic right now. And then the new Homeland Security for Children's Act, which is HR 4426. That act is also in the July Bulletin. And if you ever want to be a writer or contribute to the IAEM Bulletin, go ahead onto the IAEM website, look for the author guidelines, and then submit your article to john@iaem.com. Alrighty, so today on our segment, we've got Region 7's President Chet Hunter. Chet Hunter?
Hey, good evening.
Hi, Chet.
How's it going, Ismar?
It's going fantastically awesome in every way, shape, or form. How about yourself?
What's that?
Doing good? Are you doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Everything's great. Everything's good. Wonderful. I'm excited to talk about Region 7. And hey, thanks for taking this initiative. Great idea, great concept. Thanks for the invite.
Go ahead and let people know, our listeners, not just people, our listeners, know a little bit about yourself.
Sure. My name is Chet Hunter. I work full-time emergency management at Washington University in St. Louis. So I work for a higher education business, private, and been doing that since 2016. I came out of county and city government EM, and so this was my first opportunity to be part of a private. Along the way, as you build your circle of and training and growth, IAEM gives you lots of opportunities. IAEM USA does, and one of those opportunities was to serve at the local region, and so was able to be a part of that starting in 2021 and to current date.
Very nice. Thanks for the little bio about yourself. So
You're welcome.
With this initiative, what we're doing is trying to highlight each region's, membership, engagement, their own initiatives. But a question that we really like to ask our guests, particularly for this segment around the regions, is how would you describe IAEM?
IAEM as like a whole?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think, from my experiences, I would describe IAEM as an incredible repository of practitioners. Once you get into the membership pool, you understand how vast the practitioners are, from utilities to higher education to public works. I mean, the list, architects, engineers, it just goes on and on and on. And we even see that at the regional level, which is really a subset of the large membership pool that IAEM has. And what's so incredible, that I find so incredible, when we get together, things just start to happen, and processes build and processes grow, and we learn so much in standing shoulder to shoulder in conversations, whether it's at a conference or regional conference or a membership. It's just incredible the way you're able to digest that information. And so IAEM, for me, from a USA point of view, what people can expect is just a broad spectrum of opportunity, practitioners, and the ability for you to take away something from IAEM, for sure. No doubt about it.
The flow definitely is there. Once you start getting your network in the same room and start getting ideas flowing, that energy is addicting.
It is, very much
Definitely.
so. I agree.
Alrighty, so then, now that you've detailed IAEM USA, what makes IAEM USA Region 7 so unique?
Great. I think it's a great question. It's smart. I think so IAEM Region 7 is comprised of 4 states. So it's simple in structure: Missouri, Kansas, Iowa, and Nebraska. Oftentimes we're revered as the flyover states. We certainly are that Midwestern heart of the Midwest of the continental U.S. I think what makes the ability for the Midwest and Region 7 to be so impactful is the camaraderie and network ability and resource capabilities that come to our area. We have several UASIs, urban search area initiatives. We have several high peace assets in our region from a national point of view. But as we in the region grow this membership pool for IAEM, we certainly have room for growth. But one of the most unique capabilities that I think the region has is this wonderful word we use all the time: collaboration. And it oftentimes just happens as a forte to something happening to another state or to a colleague. It's just picking up that call. It gets teased, you phone a friend. And so we really certainly have that Southern hospitality feel to the way EMs in our region do EM work. And it makes for an incredible friendship, professional network, and just good downright collaboration when our people get together.
Love it. Love everything about that. Collaboration is key. Paramount to how we do day-to-day business, right? It's the exchanging of business cards in blue sky days for the gray skies.
Absolutely.
The dark skies. Gray skies, dark skies. Alrighty. So with that, what have you done this year? Let us know, first what you've done so far. We are now officially past the halfway mark.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, let us know what you got planned. So start with what you've done so far this year.
So this year was probably one of the most pivotal years for us from a engagement point of view. We had our second annual conference, a regional conference, and it was amazing. We doubled the attendance, we doubled the vendors, we doubled the sponsorship. We added a CEM AEM testing mechanism to that. Yeah, it was great. We had 11 people sign up for it. So it was 10% of the pool of the attendance, and just great things happened. And so that's something we built last year and brought into this year and knew what we wanted to do. And obviously, any conference you do it's just logistically impactful. It takes time, it takes energy, it takes effort. We have a conference chair for that. They did a great job. And they've been working for months on this thing. And so to see it come to fruition and get engaged. And we do that in the Kansas City area, Johnson County Community College. So it's 4 hours from everywhere. And so it just works out so good. And it was just such a collaborative thing to do. We saw a gentleman from Houston come up to take the CEM test because there just was not any testing sites in the time frame he was looking for. So I think that will probably become an anchor or a mainstay for the conference as we move forward, and be able to provide that as an asset for professionalism and growth. It not only builds our pool regionally, but it certainly adds to the larger pool of IAEM as a membership to be able to build that profession with some credible credentials behind it. So that was really our mainstay moment for that for this year, and we're super excited about it. We're planning what ahead. Take a month off. We all breathe, and then we start talking about what it looks like next year. But everybody wants it bigger, better, and more. So we'll see.
Bigger, better.
It's true. They always say bigger is not better, but maybe in this case, to get more practitioners in a room. You said it best. You said the energy of that networking component when you get in a room with the people that you saw during that disaster or that training. It's just it's palpable, and it's easy just to be drawn in into that moment. It's so good.
Sure is, really is. And then to feel heard, understood, acknowledged with other practitioners that are going through the same things familiarly. Yeah, it's right. It's that icing, right? The cherry on the top.
Yeah, it's like a sense of community in and of itself that you could draw back into and say, I need help here. Whether it's a consultant that you're good friends with, or whether it's somebody in Iowa that went through a tornado and you're trying to figure out how they did what they did. And so just an incredible mechanism to do that in.
With anything, right? Just pick up the phone. Hey, I remember this one time you said something like this.
Sure, absolutely.
Alrighty, so what's in store? Was that all that was up
that was
to
it
now?
for this year. That was it for this year. And so we try to build these components. One of the things we try to do is for the membership, and we say, so we give away a IAEM-USA registration for the conference at our conference. So we're able to do that. And we have a lot of fun with that. I'm sure you can only imagine how we build that up, but we give that away. And one of the things we're really trying to build on this year is, when you go to the conference, that scholarship table where people, so we're trying to make sure that people know, hey, Region 7's here. These are the things that represent Region 7 and be able to participate in the scholarship.
Do you already have some goodies for your basket?
We do, but they're very secretive.
I guess you're going to have to go to the conference.
Yeah, you have to go to the conference. I'll just tell you that we're big on barbecue. So there's always that. We have a really good set of chocolate chocolate pieces that are have a lot of notoriety. I know the West Coast has some there in California, some really high notoriety chocolates. So, I mean, just elements of those pieces will be
where you're able to bring.
We're not going to bring like a hay bale and set it on the table.
Dang it.
I guess we could. I don't know anybody would appreciate it. Yeah. And we've got a couple of national landmarks in our region. The easy one for me to tell you, the Arch. I mean, maybe something will be coming from the Arch. And, so you never know. You got to come to the conference to see it.
What a great segue into, hey, you should go to the conference. Registration is open.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Is.
Alrighty. So now that you've started, you've executed your conference, your region conference, and you're planning for bigger, better for the next year. And then you just told us about what you're bringing on over to the annual conference. What other things or concerns or asks is your membership asking for of Region 7?
Mm-hmm. They really want to see regional representation in their personal states. We can come together as a cluster and draw all the states into a hub of a wheel and have conversations. But when Iowa walks away and goes home, they say, hey, we'd like to see more participation in our state. And an easy one to do for that is to make sure you're participating in those conferences that are in each state. So
at the state level.
At the state level, and see those people that also have a bridge back to that regional IAEM-USA membership and the CEM testing pieces and all those wonderful things that go along with it. So in our budget this year, we budgeted to be able to go to each state and say, hey, we're here to support you, make the region more known. I mean, that's an easy ask, and the membership budget supports it, and it just makes sense. So that's something we're going to try to do a little bit better than that. And communication is huge, as you know, Isamar.
Right.
How do we do it? How often do we do it? And trying to find that nice algorithm of, hey guys, we're still here. Here's some information, without, the Monday morning emails and bombasting everybody. So we're thinking we're almost found that sweet spot, and trying to make sure that our membership knows that we're here and here to support them.
Right. So how are you finding that sweet spot, right? How are you navigating that? Because sometimes the communication and initiating engagement from the members can feel a little like spam calls. So how are you navigating that to find the sweet spot?
There's two pieces to this. One is just trial and error. And sometimes a majority of it's complaint driven. Listen, you're sending me too many emails on a Monday morning on a weekly basis. Okay, hey, this sounds like, and we've also surveyed this out. We also surveyed this out during a conference. When and where is the best time to talk to you? And it seems middle of the week, kind of first thing in the morning, is the best time to do that. And so we're honing that in between a Tuesday and a Thursday. Wednesday looks like it might be the best day. You've cleared the weekend emails on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're coming into a rhythm. And so that seems to kind of be, for our region, a sweeter spot to be able to share communication about what we're doing. And I think there's always a pool of people who say, hey, we want more.
Right.
So you're right, Isamar. It's a trial by fire for me. I don't, and it's some surveying, some basic stuff, and trying to work with our communications folks in our region to find that because do people want videos? Do people want a flyer with the information? Do they want a 4-paragraph email? Typically people don't.
Read it.
They don't want to read it. They want to see it. And so we're just trying to make sure we can do that for them.
Watch videos, right?
Watch videos on the podcast.
Media is you're constantly watching videos, and you can't really watch them out loud in an office space. So you're reading the captions. So maybe that's what you're remembering.
Great thought.
Right? That's actually a really good idea. Region 9 might be coming out with a survey sometime soon about how they want to communicate.
Hey, it's all right. Take it, make it better.
Hey, right? That's what that networking is for, right?
That's exactly right.
So what other things are you doing? Well, rather, what other things is Region 7 doing to navigate engagement?
Yeah, so there's an element of just sharing information that you can do from behind the desk. It's clear to us as a leadership with our vice president, secretary, treasurer, that there still is an in-person piece that you cannot do without. So trying to be more active in in-person activities, shaking hands, it sounds very cliche to say these kind of pieces, but I think COVID showed us the importance of that face-to-face communication. We don't have to swing it all the way to what we were doing where everything was, in person. But yeah, but we do see and we feel that in-person connection when you get the opportunities to do that. And so making sure that we're strategic about where and when we do those in-persons and where and when we don't. That's a huge piece to that. As we look forward, kind of our vision of what our region looks like is the ability to impact our student population. How do we get that piece? What's the origin of that? How do we feel that? How do we look at, do we partner with the school? Do we partner with them to bring them a membership? We don't know exactly, but we're in some talks with some universities and saying who have EM programs, and how do we bring them, how can we shuffle them over to a practitioner-based membership pool to where it benefits them, whether it's the university covering their membership as part of their suite of things that they get when they go to the university, or is it discounted? So just a couple pieces that we're working through and trying to find that sweet spot. And I hope whatever we do is successful, obviously, but to be able to share what we've done with the region and with USA and make sure that
I'll be listening.
make sure that we're doing something right here.
All right. So I actually do have a question. I know that at least for the region, while for our region, right, we were starting to this crawl, walk, run type of cadence just to get our engagement up, our volunteering up. Are you seeing a growth in volunteering at the region level? Are you also, maybe you aren't seeing a growth and maybe it's almost like pulling teeth to get individuals? What does your volunteer shift look like at the region?
It's a great question. We are actually seeing growth. And I think, so at the end of our conference, for first year 1 and now year 2, we add a feedback form, and we get over 55% participation, which I think is huge. And in that, we say, what level of commitment would you like to be? You don't have to answer this, but it gives them the opportunity to shuffle into any of the committees we have. And we get a pretty robust group of people who want to do pieces of that, whether they saw the region in action at a conference, or they saw the value through the year of doing that and saying, hey, that's something I can do. And so I'm always a little nervous for our conference team, because it typically will cycle out, because that's hard work. And people feel the work, they do the work, and they're like, I think I need to take a break. But so far, we've had a great pool of people just step right in behind it and fill those roles so I don't feel like we have a volunteer problem. I can be selfish and say, oh, it'd be great if we had, 10 in each, but the people are good. And the Midwesterners really like to step up and make something of what this is. And I think it's beneficial, and they see a benefit to it. And so I think as long as we provide that and it doesn't turn into a lame duck moment for them, they'll stay engaged. And so I'm excited about that I guess we're doing something right, that people see that and they're able to be a part of it. So it's exciting. And no matter how small your region is, when people feel that growth and they feel that the ambition of the region, it really makes them exciting. And people want to be a part of exciting things. So I think that's something we've been able to do very successfully, probably by accident, really. And we're just trying to make people feel wanted, welcomed, and excited to be with about something.
definitely admirable. If you can get your membership and your volunteership or volunteers to have that type of ownership and care for what they're doing,
Yeah.
by happen chance or not, y'all are doing great.
Well, thanks. We're really trying. We're small but mighty, and we'll just keep plugging away at this. I think it sounds cliche to say it, but you build it, they will come kind of feel, and it kind of feels that way for us.
Definitely. Alrighty. Well, thanks for sharing about Region 9. How can our listeners get a hold of you?
Hey, listen, we're certainly on LinkedIn and social media at IAEM-USA Region 7. If somebody wanted to get a hold of me directly, they're welcome to do that at chet.hunter@woostel.edu. And I'm happy to connect, get you involved, point you in the direction of what you need to know or where you need to go.
All righty. Well, thank you, Chet. Thank you for briefing about Region 7.
You bet. Ismar, thanks for letting me take the opportunity to do so.
Of course. All righty. Well, now you have Region 7's contact information. You know what initiatives are going on. I want to just give a big shout out to the man behind the screen, to Sitch Radio, Brian, our producer. And if you haven't yet already followed us on social media, please do so on all of the social media platforms. And keep on rocking, Region 9. We appreciate you.